voice of Jacksonville Pool. All right, chat. What is going on, everybody? We have the first finals of the team events going to begin here very momentarily. Getting a tag because Uncle Greg asked me to tag him in the live stream, so tagging him. And bear with us here. Everybody is in here. Looks like teams will be getting everything started here in just a minute. And we have got, and by the way, it's funny, I've been calling them All You Can Eat Buffet, in case you can't tell I'm a bigger guy. If that doesn't explain to you where my mind was, it's All You Can Bet Buffet. I've said All You Can Eat Buffet the entire time until I looked and I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, please believe that's pretty fitting for this roster of individuals that comes out of Sanford, Florida, out of Rax Billiards.
Right.
These are some of our favorite people there.
There you go. Yeah, we got Sean King on there, Mr. AK himself. Fun fact, I didn't know AK's name was Amit there. I've only ever known him as AK.
Most people don't until they see him in a tournament where it's kind of required because it pulls his Fargo and things like that, and you're like, who?
Mr. David Wynn on the team, Brian Jacobs, and the one and only Mr. Tyler Russell on there.
That is Mr. Pinky, who just came home with the World APA, it's the APA World Championship for 8-ball for the black tier, where he went undefeated all weekend long out in Vegas, and he broke and ran, 3 in a row, I think it was, in the finals?
Right. Yep. And on the other side, the usual suspects, by the way, I got to give props here because I made a joke. They're all spread out among all 6 tables here getting practice in. And a couple of guys have this shirt where it looks like a police lineup is what it looks like there. It's got a cool yellow background stuff. And I saw it, and I was like, so let me guess, this is team the usual suspects over here. I was like, look at me using my detective work over here. But very excited to see this matchup here. Mr. Eugene Wallace on the team. Dario Woodside, we got to see a little bit of him as well. Jerome Wright as well. We've seen a little bit of play from him. Mr. Kari himself. Master blaster right there, dude. That kid is phenomenal here. In fact, his dad's already right there, right on cue here, already on the YouTube side. Mr. Dominic in chat here, and last but most certainly not least, Mr. Roosevelt Albury here. Tyler is from the Bahamas as well. That is true. He is a Bahamian, right? Is that how it's said? Bahamian.
Bohemian.
Bahamian.
Something like
I think
that.
It's Bahamian. Please forgive my ignorance on that, chat. Hey, Uncle Greg's in there. He says, thanks, 8-ball. Yes, it is 8-ball here. Teams event does play nothing but 8-ball on it. I have seen some teams events that, bounce back and forth between it. For instance, on APA, we have the team captains, and that one
That's actually a really fun format. I like that.
It's a blast. Oh, my goodness gracious. I was blessed last year, actually. That is the one I went to Vegas for. The way we won it was wild, though. We were down 1-4 in the race to 5 in the qualifier, and the guy that I'd been playing against, Dan, he had my ticket. He had my number. I was not beating him, and unfortunately, I think it was 8-ball. He rattled, and I finished out my rack, and I looked at Omar beforehand, and he's like, you get me there, and he pointed to the table. And I said, and then you get us in the air. And he said, yeah, that's right. I said, let's go, and then to win it, we were tied 4-4 there. Omar came to the table and broke and ran for the win. The opponent didn't even touch the table, and so we got to go play that out in Vegas. And she's absolutely right. That's a very fun format. Again, there's nothing wrong with the usual formats of things, but sometimes
it's nice to switch it up.
Yeah, the little oddities here.
Mr. Kendall Bradley back there trying to say hi to us.
Hi, Kendall. Bye, Kendall. A lot of people packing up right now. In fact, the women's bracket here, I meant to check in on that to see if we know who's going to be in the finals just yet on that. Hold on here. Let's see if I can get back over here to the divisions.
Well, also, happy Father's Day to you. And
Thank you.
I happened to catch a glimpse of you chasing your kids around the pool and wifey following right behind last night for a few minutes, and I was like, it made my heart happy.
I may not have my glasses on, so it's funny because people were like, hey, Tim. I was like, hey. I was like, I don't have a clue who I said hey to, by the way. Fun fact.
No, I was over just hanging out. There's like a little pool bar area over there, and it's closed, and at night it's just like perfect weather. It's a nice, calm atmosphere. You can hear just a little bit of light music in the background. I was just really enjoying sitting there and just relaxing, and happened to see you guys run around, and I was like, my heart got happy for a minute. I was like, okay, see, those are the moments that I know you live for. So I was like, I was glad you got to do that, you know. And then I came in here, did a little mini last night. And that was interesting because I don't voluntarily play 8-ball, but yet I voluntarily played 8-ball.
I love it.
I don't.
By the way, Dominic confirmed us. Yes, it is Bahamian.
Okay.
I'm glad we got that right here. And Greg is absolutely right. Ryan Jacobs, Ty Russell, AK, strong team. Very strong team.
You forgot about Mr. David Wynn's on there, too.
Yeah, this is he?
Yeah, David Wynn.
Did I not call that out?
You did, but
okay.
Uncle Greg didn't put him on there.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I gave that lineup.
I mean, I know he's probably the lower Fargo out of the group, but he's still pretty strong. And you also didn't mention Mr. Sean King that's sitting back there looking all confident with himself.
I looked at him a moment ago when I was giving my little spiel to everybody. I looked at Sean King. I said, you simmer down, sir.
Yeah, sometimes you got to have to, like, find some way to calm him because he has got a lot of energy. But AK's got some energy, too, man. There are some days.
He can. He ramps.
Oh,
ramps
my goodness. I love him to death. I do. But sometimes he's a lot, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to join you in those outdoor experiences so that I can calm down.
Just so you guys can get a little look for the room here. Like I said, all 6 tables, they spread out. Everybody was in here practicing. Timothy's absolutely right here. Says, is that the guy that won the 7-ball bracket in APA? Yes, sir. That is
sure
there.
Is.
A.K.A. Mr. Pinky.
We were just talking about that a little bit ago. And, you know, he set out to do that, too. Like, he was on a mission. He was like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to take this trophy home. And, boy, did he. And he did it with authority.
Yeah. I was so stoked. I even talked to him yesterday about it. I said, you don't know how much it meant to what did I miss? Hold on.
This is what I love about practicing. He I don't know what the shot was he was trying or what he was doing, but I know he wasn't happy with it, and he knocked the 4-ball with his hand into the pocket so that he can continue practicing. This is what I love about watching high levels practice sometimes. Now, mind you, I do the same thing once in a while, but people make fun of me for it because they're like, oh, what, you're weak, you can't do it? Yeah. No, I just don't want to.
Yeah. Like, that's not the shot I'm practicing. That's
not what I don't want to. It's in my way.
Yeah. I will have to say, by the way, as well here, very, very, again, stoked about this. This is the first finals we got going on. Women's finals will be up next on the live stream scheduled. Should be around 1 o'clock, but obviously that depends on how this goes as well with this format. Could run a little bit longer, and we are not going to miss the women's finals. And
look at that shot.
I'm going to pull Lauren here and say I called it because the first matchup of yesterday that the women played was team There We Are versus the Hurricanes. And I looked at you guys in chat multiple times. I said, I'm telling you, this could be a finals match.
Yep, and it is.
And it is, chat. Let's go. Yep. Let's go. Come on, baby. I already called it. I just had it. I had it feeling in my bones.
Man, I'm going to be torn again. I have to root for both.
I don't blame you on it.
It's tough,
I don't blame you. I mean,
they're all my peoples.
Honestly, I don't want to say it's a full-on coin toss, but I'll say this much. If it's a 30-point difference at the end of this, after everything's said and done, I'm going to be a little shocked overall. So.
And that kid doesn't know how to lose anything.
Oh, Connor?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's gross.
No, I was pulling him up here just to shout out Mr. Jimmy because he made it to the 9-ball singles A bracket finals here. He's the one that took second place. So,
oh, wow.
I mean, you got a lot of heavy hitters within these teams here, right there, and it's like I said, it's going to be a good one here. It's going to be a real good one.
Do they have 2 masters on each of these guys, or?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yep. Is Jimmy not on one of those teams?
Jimmy.
No, he has to be. He's on the All You Can Bet Buffet.
No.
Or is he on the Suspects?
Which Jimmy are you talking about?
The super tall gentleman that was just on stream a second ago.
That's Brian Jacobs.
Oh, is it?
The one that I had you look at the thing because he did the thing with the 4-ball in the side pocket? Yeah, that's Brian Jacobs.
I'm feeling cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Well, no. I remember because Connor was excited to play him. So I guess it wasn't the finals here that I'm thinking of, the 9-ball. He played Connor, though. And that was a great match. Like, he was stoked as could be to play Connor.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I'm feeling. Hold on, I've got to find them on the. Because now I'm feeling cuckoo for Cocoa
So
Puffs.
I got all you can bet buffet people down. You can handle the other people because I don't know the other guys.
Well, if you got that down, then we get the sheet and we'll figure it out from there.
Exactly.
Same thing I've been doing for the others here. 9-ball A
Mr.
singles.
Sky Harriman back there showing his support, smiling and waving away. And then, she disappeared for the moment, but she'll be back in here, I'm sure. But Lisa Anderson was sitting back there showing her support for AK and the team. That's my roommate and AK's girlfriend.
Where's she at?
She was sitting over there in the teal shirt. We'll call her out again when she comes back.
Man, I feel like I've lost my mind on that one. Did I have it to begin with, Chad, is the real question. The answer is no.
Well, glad I could be here to be of assistance for you. See, that tall guy, that one with that gray hat?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Brian Jacobs. That's definitely not a Jimmy of any sort.
No, but I'm telling you, Connor was stoked to play against him in the, maybe it was 8-ball. Maybe it was 8-ball is what I'm thinking. Hold on here. That would make more sense. And I may not be as crazy as I'm thinking here. 9-ball, 8-ball, A-side. Yeah, I remember it's Chris and Dakari.
Sean King was up pretty far in that one.
Sean King there. Tail, Danny.
I don't even see Connor. Oh, there's Connor. All right.
At some point in time, I'm telling you, he was stoked about it because he talked about how nice Brian was and how much fun it was to.
He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, like literally, Connor was stoked as could be on that. Okay, well, hey, chat like usual. I get scores wrong. I get other things wrong here. By the way, winner of this matchup here, I see the payouts posted. Winner for gold tier teams, $1,650. Loser is guaranteed $1,050. So this is a $600 matchup. Hey guys, are we ready to get it going? Are we waiting on somebody? All right. Sorry about that. Went and encouraged the teams to move it along. Let's get this party started here. Like I just told them, I was like, I got the women's schedule right after y'all at 1. So.
You know, sometimes you do have to tell them that they need to get started.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'll just sit there and play around and practice and be like, what? Oh, we got to start now? All
well,
right.
I didn't know if like both sides were waiting on a player or something like that, just in case here. I wasn't going to be. That's why I was like, if we're waiting on somebody, like, no big deal. But if we're not, let's play this game and see who's going to get the fame. Oh, man. Again, guys, just explain this format here in the team's bracket for the Open. So that's the bronze, silver, and gold divisions. They will play the 3x5 here is what I've been calling. 3 rounds, 5 matchups each. One team will be listed as the home team based on the coin toss, and their roster will remain set. And the other team will be the visitor team, and their roster is what will rotate here, so that way no player plays a player twice. If they are going to do any substitutions, they have got to let the other teams know at the start of this battle right now that they may do substitutions. They won't be penalized if they don't. They don't have to do it. They just need to let them if they're going to potentially, maybe possibly, 10% chance of rain in Florida type situation, right? Which is always guaranteed.
Listen, I always go with a 50%. There's a 50% chance of rain every single day.
Guaranteed.
I'm not 100%. Wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You're going to run into it at some point.
It's literally, it might rain or it might not, period. That's it.
Florida's the fun one, too, where the factor of the way it works here is like you could be in the rainstorm and be like, that is not even half a mile away from me, and it's clear as day.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, right here above me, it's super dark and cloudy, and everybody's upset.
I still remember being a kid and looking out front, and we've got a monsoon in the front yard, and then you turn around out back, there's Wifey!
Oh. Wifey and kiddos here, there hopefully.
Luna, hi! I love them
it.
so much.
Love it. So stoked to get to be with them during Father's Day.
They're so cute, man.
Very happy about that. Very thankful. Yes, they definitely are. By the way, a couple of shout-outs here. Rayco, thank you for liking the stream. Same thing with Dana. I want to ask guys, don't hesitate to tag people. Hit that app button, and if you got a friend that should be watching this match, just like I did with Uncle Greg there, all you do is hit the app, start typing their name, click on their name there, and tag them right into the stream. Let's get this party started and get people enjoying this, because it's not every moment here in the stream that we have the finals going on.
Uncle Greg, can you maybe tack Rax in here, since that's their home bar?
That'd be a good idea.
Maybe go ahead and tag Mr. Raleigh Dixon, because I know he'd want to see this match.
Oh yeah, hold on here. I got Raleigh on that one. I can do that.
He just sent me a reel of some sort that I can't watch right now, because I have a feeling it won't be appropriate for the microphone.
You're probably not wrong.
So I know he's around. He's stumbling around somewhere.
Yeah, there was a set of TikToks last night that had me rolling up a storm, and I started forwarding them around. So I would laugh if you end up showing me what it is, and it's one of the ones I sent to him.
Let's see.
If so, I'm gonna start dying laughter here. Nope, it wasn't that one.
Okay.
All right, looks like we do have the lineup set. I'm going to flip this around, guys. Bear with me for just a moment. We're going to do a little shift of names, so that way I get the score right.
I will show you that this is the vast majority of what our chats look like. Is like once in a while we'll have a real convo, but then most of the time
I was about to say the same. Right.
Those pop in there, then it's just a never-ending line of reels.
That's too good. That's too good.
Definitely they entertain my day, especially when I'm having some rough ones. That's for sure.
That's awesome, though. I love it. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Wife and I actually use a lot of different TikToks too from parenting aspects as well. There's a lot of really cool videos that we end up finding about different things of like stuff with your kids, and like certain things seems to fit our family dynamic pretty well. And I'm like, babe, I sent you one. I was like, I think like this item, like I saw this little cool. It's one of those little popper toys I know where that you pop the little balls on, and but it was for multiplication.
No.
So if you want 4x4, it had a grid, and you go down to number 4 and go pop, 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 and you go up to the 4, pop, 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 and then you know that you just count the rest, and you got your 16. So
that's awesome.
Right? Everybody say hi to my aunt there, my Aunt Gail. She says, "Happy Father's Day, my sweet precious nephew. Love and miss you. Love and miss you too. Much love." Oh, goodness gracious, Uncle Gracie, I got the same reel. It's a funny reel. The real Bank Buster says, "I just missed the guy's voice. He doesn't play games anymore." What are you talking about? Who you talking about doesn't play games anymore? You talking about me? You say you missed this guy's voice? I still play. I just don't play regular league, though, is what you're talking about.
What's his name? I can't read from here.
The real Bank Buster.
Oh, real Bank Buster. Have anything to do with Mike D?
It's Mikey D in the voice. Oh, Lord.
There's Miss Lisa Anderson.
All right. Oh, I see some people coming to tables here. Let me see if it's refreshed for the All You Can Bet buffet. And it is here. So right off the bat. Oh, my Lanta swinging out the gates here, chap. So All You Can Bet buffet and the usual suspects both playing 2 masters. So that will, I don't know if it'll automatically give the 10 points, but it cancels. He says, "I'm the munching man." Goodness gracious. It will cancel out the 10-point bonus that you get to the other team. So just to let you know here as well with that. The way it works here is if one team was playing 2 master players and the other team was not, that team that was not would get 10 points. One-time bonus for the entire lineup here. So there we go. I see some tags here happening. Thank you, David Smith. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm stoked about this. Mr. Kari right there on the stream here, and he'll be up against Sean King. That is actually, hold on. Did that switch out?
I think
okay, no, I see Sean King with his cues in the background. AK just standing with his hand in his back. I was like, wait a minute. So did something not refresh?
He's just ready. He's fired up.
Yep, fireball. Top right of your screen looks like that's going to be Mr. Jerome there for the usual suspects versus Mr. Pinky himself, Tyler Russell. And that means on the table we won't see here right away, Mr. Dario over there, and he'll be facing Mr. David Wynn. Now, keep in mind, we have like a back and forth with the Masters players. Kari's listed as well. Kari and Sean King are both Masters players, forgive me. But then it goes back and forth. Jerome Wright is not. Tyler Russell is, aka Mr. Pinky. And then Mr. Dario is for Team Usual Suspects. Mr. David Wynn is not. So it's great that we actually get the very first matchup of the two here, having one of the Masters players. But then it's nice to see a little back and forth.
Yeah.
That may be where the real difference comes in, is having those Masters players against it, against the non-Masters players. We'll see if they can perform at that level to take them out. But it's tough pickings on this entire lineup. Like, this is, I wouldn't want to be going against these lineups,
right.
Not at all.
Like, I play HBL on Wednesday nights, which is where these players play out of. Like, that's this team basically, and at any point in time, I could be thrown against any of them. The difference is I get spotted 4 games, so it's a race to 7. It's similar to Masters format where it's a mixture of 9-ball and 8-ball. So in that case, I would only need to win 3 racks. However, do you know how hard it is to get even 1 rack against these guys?
Yeah, I would be losing my mind if I got 2.
Well, the first time I played AK in that, he shut me out. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't prepared in the least bit, and I had a whole bottle of wine at Carrabba's before I went to league, and I wasn't even on the team yet. So, and I had to play 9 and 10 ball first. So by the time I got to AK, I was almost 2 bottles deep, and I'm like, this is cute. I had 4 shots at the table in 7 racks.
That's hilarious.
It's like, okay.
That is funny.
Oh yeah, but it's okay. I'm gonna get them back.
Yeah, you got to.
Hey, last time I played him was on a bar box in 10 ball, and I went hill with him, so.
I don't think I've seen enough people in stream here let me know who they're rooting for. I know, obviously, Mr. Dominic, that's his son, Mr. Kari, that's on the main table right there. He's in here representing and supporting again. Obviously, I know a couple of people from this side of Florida here, so like Uncle Greg and a couple of them. Obviously, Miss Lauren over here next to me, and
sorry, biased, very biased.
Yeah, so I know a couple of y'all, but there's a lot of y'all being quiet about who you're rooting for, guys. Is it that much of a coin flip that you're not sure, or you got to have your favorites? I mean, like, I understand a little bit, but you got to have your favorites about this.
I don't know. With the team name, it might be that they're trying to, like, hide for a reason.
True.
Like, they're trying not to kill their potentials.
I'll tell you this. Let's play a little game here. So in both lineups here, unless they get substituted out, obviously that may change this question for me here. But who do you think has the potential to get 3 victories in a row if it goes that far on both lineups here? I'm going to go ahead and say, and this isn't against Mr. Sean King here, but because of him winning on the 8-ball side, I'm going to say Mr. Kari, I think, has one of the best chances on Team The Usual Suspects to get the 3 wins. And then on my vote for Team All You Can Bet Buffet, I'm going to vote for Mr. Tyler Russell as my choice.
Well, I mean, Sean's shooting really well right now. He's definitely dialed in, so I wouldn't put it past him to have that capability.
Oh, he's an amazing shot.
AK, the way he was practicing, seemed like he was pretty on fire. And when he's zoned in like that, he's a force to be reckoned with. He might not be listed as a master, but he's a lot stronger than people tend to give him credit for.
And who was it? I'm sorry, I was texting.
AK.
Oh, yeah. AK's the wild card in this lineup, in my opinion. He is somebody that, like, I've seen shoot. I know what he's capable of, and I know exactly what he can do on that as well. But at the same time, like, it just blows my mind because he's going to be up against, I mean, these guys are.
Did he just break and run on him?
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure that was a BNR right there.
Well, you can bet on that here being a 10-0 victory, which is a strong start.
So I guess you're wrong with Dakari there.
I am wrong with Dakari. well, I was going to be wrong one or the other because Dakari and Tyler Russell play each other first in round 2. But regardless of how the lineup went, I still wanted to take a stab as for who I thought could get it. And Sean King said, Tim Jones, you wrong, sir. I got this win. Sit down.
Uh-huh.
And I'm okay with that. I ain't mad at it.
Like I said, he's dialed in. When these guys are dialed in, they are scary. Absolutely scary.
Raleigh said he's at work. I said, you're watching a safety meeting. Safety
He's
meeting.
like, stop tagging me. I'm busy.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so that means we've got David Wynn and Dario coming up now.
By the way, I didn't see the end of it here, but Mr. Pinky himself there at the top right of the screen got a 10-1 victory against Jerome, so 20-1 for the All You Can Bet buffet.
I was also going to throw that out there. This is probably going to be a rather quick battle, regardless of which way it goes. Yeah. It could be a close scoring match, but it's still going to be rather quick. These players, most of them are, at least the guys that I know, they're actually pretty quick shots.
Yeah.
But also, these are the types of matches and racks that if you make one mistake and you miss and you give your opponent the opportunity, these guys can run out a table like it's nobody's business. So, like, you're talking very small inning matches. The safety battles are going to be minimal and only in a dire necessity, but these guys are definitely the type that can run tables back and forth easily.
By the way, here, Dario did get the win against David Wynn. These are massive wins. So the first one was Sean King with 10-0, Tyler Russell with 10-1, and then Dario for Team The Usual Suspects 10-2. That is a massive swing. Oh, dude, it was the third table. It was so fast.
Oh, like, they're doing 3 tables.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
that's
sorry,
why I didn't
we are
see
running
it.
3 tables.
My
yes.
bad. I'm like, what? I just saw it.
Greg said Ty and Brian Jacobs are 2 of my favorite people. I love that.
Aww.
So coming up on the third table that we won't see, Mr. Kari versus Tyler Russell. That matchup's about to begin here. I see on the main table here we got Mr. Roosevelt for the Suspects here versus AK. And then that means top right here, that is Mr. Eugene representing there that you saw on the table here. He's against Mr. Brian Jacobs. Good Lord have mercy. I've got to sing Miss Kathy King's praises right now, as if there wasn't already enough to sing about. We didn't realize with everything going on, I didn't think 2 things about it here, about staying potentially one more day because how late we're going to go, and we have our dog with us. And so we were already talking to the front desk about the room, and they're like, well, like, can't get out of the rate, and this and the other. And so I just happened to talk to Kathy. I said, hey, I was like, we'll pay for it. I said, I just want to make sure and see if you have any pull for the regular price of what we were already getting everything at. And she's like, yeah. She's like, give me a moment. She's like, I'm doing some payouts. I said, I'm sorry to add more on your plate here. She's like, no, honey, like, don't you worry about it. And next thing I know, my wife texts me, says, room's covered. I was like, oh, well, how much? And she's like, Kathy wouldn't let me get a say in otherwise. So she just took care of our room for another night. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you. That was not an expectation of mine whatsoever here. But I just absolutely love and adore you. So thank you so much. Goodness gracious.
That's awesome. And who's the other one that's running the tournament? Kia?
Miss Kia.
Okay. I got to speak with her for a little bit last night.
Miss Hurricanes herself.
Yeah, she was super nice. And so for those of you guys that are watching that may have come out here this weekend, there's a thread that's on the West Coast Challenge page that was asking for feedback on how this weekend has gone at this host hotel. If y'all can throw some feedback in there, she'd really, really appreciate it.
Yes.
I know her and I had a very in-depth conversation last night, and we have some great ideas for future events and things to help improve. This was a great facility, not knocking it in any way, shape, or form, but it was the first time here. So there's obviously going to be some logistics that could be improved upon moving forward.
Growing pains.
And we came up with some cool ideas and some cool thoughts, but I know she wants to hear it from everybody. She's really, really open to the constructive criticism and would love to hear what you guys have to say for this weekend. And there went another win without an opponent touching the table. I mean, I don't know that it was a break and run or if it was a table run. But
no. AK did at least have 1 point from that one here. It was 10-1, but again, it's...
But was that because he broke and made 2 different things on the break, or we were paying attention.
Yeah.
So my point being, these guys don't play more than 1 or 2 inning racks.
Yeah, and
between.
YouTube's right here. YouTube, by the way, Facebook, you guys are slacking with how many people y'all are commenting. YouTube's blowing up with comments right now. Michael Johnson was making a joke here. He was asking if originally was Tyler on the All You Can Bet team. I said, yeah, he's against his fellow Bohemians. And he said, tell him he's got to miss a couple balls, LMAO. I told him how much I love that. Of course, we got the 242 shout out by Leslie over there as well. And then Michael giving a right call here. He said, nice, Bolo, we needed that blow, and you did. The pendulum swinging massive on here.
Very much so.
Like, this is wild. So,
What a break, David.
There we go.
See, he's going to be the little secret weapon that people don't really realize, just because, like I said, I think if I'm not mistaken, I could very well be wrong, but I think he's the lower Fargo on that team. And
Gotcha.
so I think he's the one that people are going to take it for granted, because he's actually a far stronger shot than what he appears to be on paper.
Mike over there on Facebook says, YouTube for the win. Facebook has the advantage because the comments are on the screen with Facebook. So
I can actually read those. I can't see the YouTube ones. They're like way over there. I'm old and blind, and I can't see it for squat. So I'm like, wait, who said what?
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Let's take a look here how this table lies, because there is, as my favorite thing to say here, my favorite thing I'm saying, there's a bit of a mess here. A little bit of spacing, but you got the 4 and 1 are grouped up very close to each other on this main table for Mr. Wynn here.
Can you guys just pay attention to, like, the form that he's got, though? Like, he's got some very strong fundamentals.
Yes, he does. And then again, that matchup up there, top right, is actually the last matchup of the first round. When that gets closed out, I'll give you guys a overall update of how that was, how that finished up here. Obviously, we'll have the other matches going still, may have some other points on the board, but we'll give a quick little breakdown analysis of how that all worked out for you guys, so that way you can keep track at home as well. And I already see some of the Hurricanes coming on in here, getting ready for their finals.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to hop on and get a little bit of practice on a couple of the tables in here.
Ooh, I hope that means I get to see Sonya and Cammy. If that's the case, I might have a little baby by me over here. I might kidnap her.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Chat, hold on real fast here. Give me just a second. Let me find out. Guys, give us just give us just a moment here. We're trying to find out if that's an emergency situation or not. Well, we got the fire alarm situation showing off here, so there may actually be an evacuation need here, guys. Give us just a moment. By the way, not a drill right off the bat, being serious here. I don't know if this is supposed to be a drill on their end. That's not how it's saying as. Going to put a BRB screen, not trying to freak you guys out, but hold on real fast. Guys, I'm sorry to do this here. I'm going to cut stream right this very second. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to alarm anybody or anything like that here, but something's happening, and we are going to end stream here. We're being asked to evacuate right this very moment, guys. So say a prayer for whatever's going on, guys.